Hello, this is Dr. Rosie Kuhn, and this podcast series is called Aging Like a Guru. Who, me? Yes, me. And today my friend Susie Verde is going to talk about her aging. She's aging too in some ways. In other ways, she's ageless. Hi, Susie. How are you?
Hi, Rosie. Doing great. Thank you. It's so lovely to be in your show. Thank you.
It's fun. It's really fun.
It is.
Susie, tell us a little bit about you. This show is like 10 minutes, so we've got one of those briefy kinds of things. But tell us what's most important that you want people to know about you and what you're up to.
Well, I am passionate about people. I love helping people access their unique, authentic selves, to unleash their unlimited potential, to shine, to be happy, and to live life to the fullest. I am Brazilian. I came from Brazil. I love ice cream. I have a dog called Zen. I live in New York City. I travel the world, and I am a spiritual teacher. I am an interfaith minister, and a life coach, and been working with positive psychology as well. And I run groups, teach seminars, run retreats, and it's beautiful.
And you have a retreat. You have a retreat coming up in October.
Correct. Yes, I'm going to be in the Catskills, leading a workshop called "Listening to the Wisdom of the Heart," and it's going to be an incredible time with, I would say, the divine feminine, the sacred feminine, inspired by the steps of Mary Magdalene.
Excellent.
So anybody that doesn't know Mary Magdalene but is into the possibility of opening up to the wisdom of their hearts and living life from their wisdom space would love it.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Good. Well, I'll have your link in the description below so that people can find you, and they can also Google you, Susie Verde, and find you that way as well. But I'll have the link to your website there below this. Sorry, I'm moving around. And Susie, just take your microphone just like a half an inch further apart, further away, just a little bit, because we're getting a lot of pops, a lot of pee pops. Good. Okay. Just somewhere in there. Right. So Susie, you're 50, is that correct?
Yes.
And so what's it like for you to be aging as an aging woman or a woman who is aging? What's the experience like for you?
Well, you start to see your hair thinning. You start to see lines in your face that you didn't have before. But I would say apart from that, you see like this huge wave of wisdom that all of a sudden starts to be available. Because you realize that you're less dependent on external approval, and if you did your homework throughout your life, you realize that you're never going to feel lovable if you don't start loving yourself first and honoring yourself first.
Can you? That's I think the most important point of when you say, okay, the body is aging, but inside there's this moment where you go, I'm not my body. I'm generating wisdom, like I'm a wisdom generator, if you will. But what was that moment for you? Like, how old were you when you got that moment?
I got that moment when I had breast cancer about 15 years ago. And I remember saying to a girlfriend over the phone, I said, you know what, I'm not my breasts. Because I was so petrified of the idea of having to go through a mastectomy, followed by chemo, radio. And then at one point I thought, you know what, I'm not my breasts. The breasts may go, but Susie's here. Yeah. There's so many more important parts of Susie than, if I'm going to have breasts or not, which shape they're going to have in the future. It really, that whole experience going through cancer provided me with the chance, well, I like to say with the ticket to happiness.
Nice.
Because I realized that sometimes you have to go through what you have to go in life. And, but, when all the old skin goes, in other words, the parts of you that perhaps, no longer serve you, then what you have, it's a much more unique and authentic version of who you are, stronger and more resilient.
Mm-hmm.
And I would risk to say that equals beauty.
Yeah, beautiful.
Because you realize you can go through anything and come out on the other side and pat your shoulders and say, yeah, I did it.
Yeah,
and that only comes with age.
Yes, and when we're younger and we're growing into our, I'll say beauty, we're growing every day. We're young children and we're growing into this beautiful woman in a sense. And we're going, oh, I'm more beautiful in a sense. Hopefully we're saying that to ourselves. But at some point when that wrinkle starts or the gray hair or the thinning or the whatever it is that we go, oh my God, it's over. that is over. And then you begin to go, well, who am I with the saggy, wrinkly skin? Who am I inside the sagginess? Who am I? Because I'm still the same being I was when things were going great. And like you said, I'm not my breast. So women who need to have a mastectomy, they're still here. Their breast may not be, or men who have prostate cancer or whatever things that have to be taken off, limbs, amputations, whatever that is, we're still inside. And I love what you're saying in a sense, because it's a realization, like I'm still here, even though my body is shifting, I'm still here.
Absolutely.
Who is that? You
see, Rosie, it's interesting because part of what I'll be teaching on my retreat, according to the teachings of Mary Magdalene, is the idea that as spiritual beings, well, to start with, we are spiritual beings having human experience, like Teilhard de Chardin would, beautifully put.
Yeah.
But yet, being in the body is involved in our earthly experience. So the question is, how much can we be totally and fully embodied and not be attached to the body?
Yes.
So in other words, I guess the reason why we thought we got so detached from the body was because somehow we were told that was sinful or wrong, or that spirit could only be attained if it is that we left the whole our earthly experience on the side, so that we would be free to realize God. And the feminine way is about, oh, hang on a minute, but I am here. I do have a body. I am on this planet. There is beauty around. There are amazing things to be enjoyed. There is love to be shared. And there is compassion that we should actually have towards ourselves, to see that we have we carry a unique beauty that may or may not correspond to perhaps the society's standards.
That's right.
We have to be the first ones to claim it.
That's right.
To step in this space of beauty and to live life from that space of beauty. Ironically, we start to radiate such a beautiful light that people see beauty in us.
That's right.
But we have to claim it first.
Yeah. And it's interesting because, we think of ourselves as, okay, this is just a body and I'm the spiritual being, but we actually came in to have a human experience and to express that spiritual self, to express the essential nature. And we can't do that without this body.
Absolutely.
And
I would say we cannot even do it if we are obsessed by how many wrinkles we have.
Yeah.
It's a paradox thing, isn't it?
Is.
Because it's almost like totally and fully claiming your your physical dimension, and at the same time understanding that it's a vehicle, and you can enjoy all the beautiful things that life has to offer, from sex to an ice cream to
Oh boy, yeah, hot dogs.
to hot dogs, to going to the gym and enjoying how it feels to move your body, to whatever.
Yeah.
But at the same time knowing that, hey, this shall pass too.
This shall pass too. That's so fun. So we're up to our 10 minutes, Miss Susie, Dr. Susie, Miss Susie, Susie. So what's one thing you'd like to leave our audience with in terms of what's your one thing to think about in terms of this being in this aging process?
I would say that self-compassion and self-love and self-care are very, very fundamental factors for any stage of life, but especially as we aging, so that we can go through life observing changes and claiming what it is that we need to take care of ourselves, to honor ourselves, and to love ourselves like nobody else would. And so
right.
that sort of unloads a huge weight of having to be seen or approved or whatever it is that we tend to think that aging represents.
Giving up that practice of looking for approval from others.
Yes,
and
so that we are loved, so that we're seen, so that
that's right. So we are loved. Yeah, beautiful.
We are loved.
Yeah.
You are. I am. Yeah.
Well, I love you. I love you tons, and thank you so much for being with me. And
thank you, Rosie. Me too.
And we will talk soon. I have no doubt about that.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Bye for now, Susie. Bye-bye. Page called Aging Like a Guru. I'd love to see you there. You could leave comments or questions that you have, or any other elements that you might want to contribute to the conversation of aging like a guru. Also have a book called Aging Like a Guru, Who Me, and other books that you can find at my website, theparadigmshifts.com. All right. Again, thanks for being with me. I look forward to connecting with you soon. All right. Bye for now.